Hey everyone, so I'm making homemade pancakes today. I always make them homemade. I don't think I even know how to use a premix just because I've never done it because it's so easy to make them homemade. Today I'm actually making strawberry because Valentine's Day is right around the corner and I wanted to make some strawberry heart-shaped Valentine pancakes and I wanted to share those with you. Welcome to DittDott. My name is Amanda, where I show you how to just do home cooking, make it easy, no stress, right? Like, don't overthink it. So we're gonna start with a heaping cup of white flour. And a lot of times I'm all about the substitutions. So a lot of times I add flaxseed or oat flour, you know, if I wanna up the nutrient, but we're gonna keep it really simple today with just white flour. So I know for the people who like to measure things, don't freak out. Baking powder helps give the pancakes some lift. So I just sprinkle in a little bit, like a teaspoon or so. It's not rocket science. You just need a little bit. And salt, anytime you have a sweet dish, a little bit of salt actually helps make the sweetness come out. So I put some strawberries and an egg in my magic bullet. If I wasn't doing strawberry pancakes, I would just add the egg to this, but because I'm making strawberry pancakes, I thought to make them a little more pink. I mean, this isn't gonna make the dough that much pink or the batter, but you know, it'll add a little bit more strawberry flavor. If you really want to up it, you can use some food coloring. I'm not a big fan of food coloring, so I typically leave that out. And then I've got a couple tablespoons, like 2.5 or so tablespoons of butter. Now here is the important part. Oh yeah, let's add some cinnamon too. Again, an optional ingredient. My kids like cinnamon in their pancakes. Oh, that smells good. Okay, so we'll just kind of get this stirred up. We don't want to overmix our batter because that will make tough pancakes, but we're going to add some milk. And because I don't measure anything, I kind of just go pour as I go, and you want a specific consistency. And if you accidentally pour too much milk, you just add a little bit more flour and it'll all work out in the end. But you want a fairly loose batter. So this is almost too thick. I'm gonna add just a splash more. You don't want to make it too thin. And this just takes practice. So after you've made pancakes for many years, you'll just get the feeling. So you see how it kind of can stream down a little bit? Well, it's kind of chunked down, let's put it that way. It doesn't actually stream, but it's still fairly loose. That is the consistency of the pancake batter that I like to go for. So while I was mixing up the batter, I had my griddle preheating because you want it nice and hot, and I've kind of got it on medium high. So I just have my butter kind of still in the wrapper here so that I can kind of just put down a little bit. You can also use a little bit of spray, you know, that kind of thing. And so to make the heart, I don't really have that much luck with those heart molds. So I've just got my cookie scoop and let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna get my batter and I'm going to kind of lay it out in a heart-shaped pattern, and then quickly before it starts to set, shape it into a heart. I mean, voila, right? Let's do another one. Now these aren't gonna turn out too pink, and if it kind of gets out more blobby, then use a chopstick or a knife or something and just kind of shape it really quick before it sets up. And you know what? It doesn't have to be a perfect heart because your kids are gonna feel the love in this. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. So while it's still on the griddle on this side, I take some of the strawberries that I chopped and just sprinkle them in. And then you'll get a little extra burst of strawberry flavor. And then with my spatula, I'll kind of poke them in. Now this side of the pancakes aren't going to be as pretty with the berries in them, so I usually kind of serve it with the other side, and you'll see that in a minute. So last night I was really wanting to do a shrimp scampi dish for y'all because shrimp scampi is just a fun, easy, and I don't know, I think it makes for a good Valentine's dinner. And the whole time I was doing such an amazing video and I wasn't recording. So right now I keep checking to make sure I'm actually recording. So when your pancakes are cooking, you're going to want to look for little bubbles to start forming. So, oh, there was one right there. Let's see if we just missed it. See how they're kind of puffing up. You want to put your batter on a hot griddle. That way they cook fairly quickly. I'm only doing 2 at a time right now, but often I'll do like up to 4. When I'm trying to do special shapes though, I will do a little bit less at a time just to make sure I give myself plenty of room to work. Although I'm telling you, I'm one of those moms who, you know, doesn't usually take the time to, it's like I'm making homemade food. I'm not going to make homemade food in the shape of hearts very often, but you know, it just makes it all that more special when I do. Okay, so you'll know they're ready to flip when your spatula slides under there really easily. See, like I said, this one didn't come out super pretty, but this one should be. Ah, and they do have a slightly pink tint to them. Look, that one's so pretty. That one, you know, there's the kind of heart shape. Okay, so let's form another one together just to kind of go over it again. So I get a nice and full scoop, and I'm just going to try to lay out half the dough and then go up into like a V shape, and then that should spread out to a heart, and then kind of pull down for a point. There you go, yay. Put down some of these strawberries. Pancakes with berries in them do take a little bit longer to cook, I found, than the ones without the berries. I think the berries just tend to slow down the cooking process. But you want to look at your edges here to make sure that they're not glossy. Like you see how this pancake is, you can still see the gloss from the raw dough. So once your edges are not glossy, and when you push down, there's a little bit of bounce back and firmness to the pancake, then that means they're pretty done. See, like this one is still, when I push down, it still feels, you can still feel the raw dough in it. So I'm gonna leave that one cooking for a little bit longer, but this one is a little bit done. And a lot of times on a griddle, pancakes will cook at different speeds because different areas of the griddle are gonna be hotter than others. So you just gotta keep checking it. And then I've got this baker's rack way over here that I like to put my pancakes on as I'm cooking, because then that way they don't get soggy as they cool down. And when I get enough, then I'll call the family to come eat. I'll show you one more flip. Wah! Nice wide V shape. And then the dough will kind of spread out. Okay, as you can see, my griddle, I don't know if you, yeah, you can see it. The griddle is smoking up pretty high, so I am gonna lower the temperature. A lot of times when I'm doing pancakes, it's about fiddling with the temperature. You don't want it to get too hot. But I also wanted to talk about some substitutions. Like I like to use whole milk when I'm making pancakes, but you can also use an almond milk or, you know, a milk substitute. If you don't like butter, you can use ghee, or coconut oil is a really good substitution for that. A lot of times I will use just a little bit of milk and some Greek yogurt. That's going to give you a little bit more dense of a pancake, but it adds a tanginess and some of the health from the yogurt. So yeah, like pancakes, like I said, are super customizable. They're not that finicky, and that way you pretty much always have the ingredients on hand. And serving it on a big heart platter definitely brings home the Valentine's vibe, right? And like I said, do not care that some of your hearts may look a little bit less than ideal, because your kids have way better imaginations than you do, and all they're gonna see is a plate full of love. I also recommend a strawberry syrup to drive home that strawberry flavor. I love this one, non-sponsored, Artie's Harvest small bag. I use this also to make homemade salad dressings with all the time, but the thing I love about it is it's just sugar, strawberry puree, and lemon juice. Those are literally the only 3 ingredients. So amazing strawberry syrup. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get real mom cooking videos from me. And until the next time, I'll see you later.